today we are going to start from the 2020-23 May paper. So let's go into the first question. So I hope everyone has done beforehand. For joining, you should attempt at least once. Alright, so let's go into the first question. In this question, you must show all your stages of working. Solutions rely on calculated technology are not accepted. So you need to solve the inequality. How do you do? How to do? So what you do is, first, you can take all the terms to one side, right? How do you do? 4x squared. Aman, you tried? 4x squared minus 3x plus 7 minus 4x minus 9 is larger than or equals 0. Okay. So, how do you do afterwards? 4x squared minus 7x what? Minus 2 is larger than or equals 0. Now, how do you solve it? We have one more joining. So, now how do you do? So, I hope you know how to solve quadratic. So 4 times 2 minus 8. So minus 8x squared. You have two factors. 8 times 1. Someone say we'll see 4 times 4. So what are the two things you are going to take? Minus and plus, right? This is a part from O levels. So I'll just solve it out. 4x squared minus 8x plus 1x minus 2. I'll just equal it to 0 and do it. So 4x I am taking it out. X minus 2 plus 1 x minus 2 is equal to 0. 4x plus 1 and x minus 2 equals 0. So each bracket you can equal to 0 and get which answers. If we equal the first bracket to 0, you get. If you equal this to 0, what do you get? X equals minus 1 over 4. Right? The other one is 2. Now, once you get those two answers, you can't just put this sign. If you just put that sign, it's all wrong. What do you do then? What do you do once you get, now you got the two answers as x equals minus 1 over 4 and x equals 2. Take either side numbers. What are the either side numbers of minus 1 over 4 and 2? 2, of course, you can take 3 and 1 or 0, whatever you like. Let's take 0 or 1. So then substitute those values right here and check what are the answers. So let me substitute 0. So then this becomes 0, this becomes 0 minus 2. Is it larger than 0? No, right? So I can't take a value less than 2. Let's take 3 and check. So 9 times 4, 36. So 36 minus 7 times 3, 21 minus 2. What do you get? It's going to be 5, 1 minus 2. So that's going to be 13. Is it larger than 0? Yes. So what should x be? Here we concluded that it satisfies with this, right? So x should be larger than or equals 2. Is there anyone who doesn't understand how I came to the conclusion that it's larger than minus 2? Larger than 2 actually. Okay, let's check with this one also now. What are the either side numbers in the number line for 1 over 4? Minus 1 over 4. It's minus 1 and 0. So if you put 0, you know you're going to get the negative term, right? So if you put minus 1, what are you going to get? Let's check. 4 times minus 1 squared minus 7 times minus 1 minus 2. So it's going to be 4 plus 7 minus 2. It's a positive number, right? 5 plus 4, 9. So it should be what? Going towards this side is what? Going towards 0 means it's going to be again larger than minus 1 over 4. Those are the two final answers. Does anyone has doubts in getting these two answers? Should it be smaller than or larger than? Good question. This is correct. Is this correct? minus 0, this is minus 0.25, right? So if you take minus 1 and let's say 0. So if you take minus 1, it was a positive number. So what should be the sign? It should be, good question, minus 0.25 minus 1. Which one is larger here? This or the other way around? Which one is large? Nidusha, what is larger? Minus 0.25 or minus 1? Huh? Minus 0.25, right? So this is smaller than that. So smaller than or equals minus 1. Minus 1 over 4. Got it? Got it how I concluded that answer? Is there anyone who doesn't understand? Solution, you understand? How to get the signs? Whether it's smaller or larger.
Yes.
How about Tinali? Damsa. Aman? No doubts? So shall I move on to the next then? This is an easy question. 4 marks. Alright, next question. So that's a rectangle called rectangular sport pitch has a length of x. So there's a rectangular sport pitch with a length of what? X meters. Then given that the perimeter of the pitch is perimeter equals 350 meters. Write down an equation for y. So they say with this y. So I'm gonna just, they say here x is larger than y. Okay. So x is larger than y. How do you do this? So you know that x 2x plus, I'm straight away writing y is equal to perimeter. Y. This side is also y. This side is also x. So I can just, if you are, I can just equal this to what? 350. So that's the equation I can form from perimeter wise. Next is write down the equation in terms of x and y. So done. Any doubts here? Aman, if you have doubts, if it's not clear, you ask me. This is an interactive session, so you can ask any question. Did you understand how it was 2x? Because x plus x, there are 2 x's. Perimeter is addition of all the sides. Okay. So that's the A part. Then the B part. Given that, given also that the area of the pitch is 7,350. So you know that area is equal to length into width, right? So x into y is equal to 7,350. Okay, that's another equation. So now how do you do? They say write down the equation in terms of x and y. So that's also done, right? X and y, no? This is the equation. That's the second, that means B part. This was actually the A part. Now the last part. Hence find the value of x. How do you solve this now? How to solve? Easy. Instead of x, you put what? Subject y from here. 2y is equal to 350 minus 2x. Then divide by 2. So instead of y, I can write 350 minus 2x divided by 2 equals 7,350. Anyone has doubts with what I did? Anyone has doubts? Anyone has doubts? So what do you do now? So you can take the 2 out if you want. So 350 x minus 2x squared equals, I'm taking the 2 to other side. What's 7,350 multiplied by 2? Nidusha, can you say me? 14,700. Then what do? You can take all the things to one side. Then 2x squared minus 350x, what? Minus, oh plus, it's plus 1470 equals 0. Now can someone solve this and say me the answer? What are the x values? Come on, can you solve this quadratic and say me the answer from the calc? Hope you all know how to solve from calc. Midusha? X equals what and what? Solution did you solve? Can you all hear me? I hope I'm clear. You can unmute and talk. You are all muted. What's the when you solve this quadratic, I'm asking you, what's the answer you get? X equals what and x equals what? Come on. Yeah. What is it? What's the
So x equals 100, x equals 70. Easy.
70 and 105, right? Now from that you have to think. They say, okay, now x is that now. If you take x equals 70, what will the y be? Y equals 7,500 divided by 70. So can you say me the value? 7,350 divided by 70. What's the answer? It's 105, right? I got 105. Why? If x equals 70. If this is x equals 105, what will be y? Y equals 70, right? So which step should be correct? Is it this answer or this answer? Here can you see x is larger than y. So what should I take? X is larger than y. So what should I take? Write this, not this. Why? Because they say in here x is larger than y. So x should be 105, y should be 70, not the other one. Got it? You can find both, but at the end conclude your answer. X equals 105, y equals 70. Any doubts? Anyone? Anyone has doubts? You all can hear me, right? I'm not lagging or anything. Nidusha, you can hear me well?
Can you?
Oh, all right. All right, let's go into the next question then. I hope no one has doubts with that. Okay, the next question is about they have given a bracket x plus b squared and a quadratic equation. So 3x squared okay. So how do you solve this? Have you done complete in square? Now, when you see this thing, you should remember straight away complete in square. Why? Why? Because can you see a bracket and all? So what you do is first write the equation. 3x squared plus 12x plus 13. So then you factorize. You take the 3 out. So if you take the 3 out, what do you get? X squared plus 4x plus 13 over 4. No, not 4, 3. Anyone has doubts with what I did? So I just took the 3 out. Then do the completing square method. What do you do there? X plus, make a half, 2 squared minus 2 squared plus 13 over 3 and a large bracket to close it. And what's the answer you get from these two? Minus 4 plus 13 over 3. It's 1 over 3. So 3 bracket x plus 2 squared plus 1 over 3. So 3 bracket x plus 2 squared plus, when you expand, plus 1. So that's the final answer. Any doubts? Do you have any doubts in doing what do you call completing square? Whenever you have a number, always remember what to do. You factorize because you have a number in the front of x square. So you can't do the normal usual method what you learn. What you learn here plus c. How do you factorize? You take b over 2 squared minus b over 2 squared plus c. No, you can't use that when you have a number here. You have to take that out first. Then only start that. Okay. Once doing that, now you can sketch the graph. These things come now more commonly, sketching now. So how do you sketch? You have what axis? Y axis. You have x axis. What else? So now I found that what is the turning point of this graph? Is it a U-shape or a N-shaped graph? First say me that solution, is it a U-shape or N-shape?
U shape, right, sir?
Yes, that's because x square is positive, so it's a U-shape. What is the turning point? If you know well, turning point is opposite of this. It's minus 2 comma 1, right? 1 is actually from here. So minus 2 comma 1 is somewhere here. Minus 2 is here, 1 is somewhere here, right? Okay, so that's the turning point. Next is we need to let y be 0 and you have to solve it and find x. And other one is let x be 0 and find y. So if x is 0, 0, 0, 13. So 0 comma 13 is that coordinate. So I can just label it. 13 is somewhere here, let's say. Okay. Then how do you solve? 3x squared plus 12x plus 13. Can you equal to 0 and get me the two answers? X equals what and what? Say me the answers using quadratic solving. What are the answers? You get items. Huh? What does that mean if you get items? It never touches this axis. If you get items, it means it never touches this axis. Can you remember in theory you learned b squared minus 4ac less than 0 does not touch this axis. If it touches one place, it's equal to 0. If it touches two places, 1. So your graph actually goes like this. Turning point is actually like this and cuts here. This goes up like this. Do you understand or not? So you have to label where these things are. Okay. This is actually at minus 2 and 1. Got it? Any doubts? Aman, Nidushan. Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So that's it with that. So you have to just show the y-axis cutting, coordinate of the turning point, and you sketched it. You get full marks if you just draw this part. But to do it, you have to do the working and get it. Okay, let's go on to the next question, which is the fourth. How do you simplify? How to do? How to simplify this? First thing, you can write y is equal to 5x squared over, no, I'll just write x cubed and you have power half because root is power half, right? So if root is power half, then next one 8x power 1 over 3 because cube root is power 1 over 3. Then what do? I'll just simplify it much further. X squared plus x to the power 3 over 2 divided by 8 can be written as 2 to the power 3, right? And x 1 over 3. So I can write 2 to the power 3 into 1 over 3 x power 1 over 3, because 1 you have 1 into 1 over 3 that's empty. So if I simplify it further, I can write 5x squared plus x 3 over 2 divided by 2 x to the power 1 over 3. Okay, now I can simplify it further. How? Break it into two fractions. Plus x 3 over 2 over 2x 1 over 3. So if you simplify this, what do you get? 5 over 2 x, when you subtract 2 by 1 over 3, what do you get? 2 minus 1 over 3 is how much? How much is it? 5 over 3. 5 over 3 plus 1 over 2x, again, what is it? 3 over 2, which is 1.5. 1.5 minus 1 over 3 is how much? 7 over 6. So that's the part they ask in the first in the format of this. No? Any questions? Do you have any doubts? Have any doubts? Hmm? Do you have any doubts with the writing it into this form? Come on. Got any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Next is dy over dx. That's easy. How do you convert this to dy over dx? So you know dy over dx is equal to what? You multiply this with this. So that's going to be 25 over 15 x to the power. What's 5 over 3 minus 1? 5 over 3 minus 1 is how much? 2 over 3. So it's going to be 25 over 6. 6 not 15. 2 over 3 plus this is 7 into half, so that's going to be 7 over 12 x to the power. What is 7 over 6 minus half? Minus 1. 1 over 6. So this is the differential answer for the B part. So it's going to be dy over dx is equal to what? 25 over 6 x 2 over 3 plus 7 over 12 x 1 over 6. Any doubts? If it's not clear, you can ask. If you don't know about differentiation, Sulochana, you know about differentiation?
Yes, sir.
Alright, next one, let's go on to the, I'm done. Both parts are done, okay? Fifth one. So fifth question is about a figure. So first thing is you need to find out what they have given. They have say OA and CD are perpendicular. So this is 90 degrees. Okay. Then AB is an arc of a circle with a center O and radius 4. So if it's center 4, radius 4, so this is also 4 centimeters. Then BC is parallel to OD. So BC is parallel to OD. BC is parallel to OD. So they say BC and OD are parallel. Fine. OD is 6 centimeters. OA is 4 centimeters. CD is 1.5. Show that the angle OABs are adds. So when you see this, what you should remember? Give me a second. Okay. When you see this reds, you should remember the two equations. L equals r theta and A equals half r squared theta. I don't know whether this is asking angle, no? So of course this is the equation to use because it's in red, no? Okay, so what are you gonna do? We need to find this angle theta. How do you find? Is the image really small for you? It's small for you. Now is it big enough to see? Okay, we need to find this angle. So in order to find that, we know the radius. You can use L equals R theta. So L is actually unknown. Do you know AB? No, it's known. AB is the arc. No, it's unknown. So they don't say the length of the arc. How to do? They asked to show AOB. AOB. This angle is this much. Any idea how to do? Aman, do you have any idea how to do this? Gamit. Gamita, do you have any idea how to do it? How to find the angle? We know the radius. Arc length is also unknown, but how to do? We have this. This is 90. So this is 1.5. Do they give the BC length? BC is parallel to OD only, they do say. But what else do you know? If you take this circle like this, it will go as a circle here. How can you do? Any idea? Any guesses you all have? Aman, you have any guesses? How to continue this question? Easy, no? Can't you see? If this, I just did it also. This is 4, no? So you can find this angle. How? Let's do this question. So opposite hypotenuse. So what is it? Opposite hypotenuse is what? What's opposite and hypotenuse? Solution, what is opposite and hypotenuse?
Sine.
So sine theta equals 1.5 over 4. Theta equals sine inverse 1.5 over 4. Now the tricky part is you are going to find it in degrees if you just type it in the calc. You have to convert to radian mode and get this answer. Once you get this answer, this angle is going to be what? Pi minus that answer. Do you understand or not? Any doubts with that? So what was sine inverse 1.5 over 4? If you are in red mode, say me. What's the answer you get? Sine inverse 1.5 over 4. So that's 0.38, 0.3843967 something, right? So you know that this entire angle is 90, right? This entire angle is 90. So we just found the small thing. Then if this is entirely 90, that means pi over 2, right? Not pi. So pi over 2 minus 0.3843967. So you have to get pi over 3 minus pi over 2 minus that answer what you got in the calc. So the answer is going to be 1.18 for significance, 86. That's it. Do you understand or no? Gamita, you have any doubts with this?
No, sir.
If it's not clear, ask any question. Alright, so B part. B part is asking find the perimeter of the garden, giving you answer to meters. Perimeter means Once you know the angle, you can find AB distance. What is AB distance? AB is actually the arc length. So arc length is going to be what then? Arc length is what? You can find it easily. So AB is equal to L equals R theta. So AB is R is 4, theta is 1.186. So just get that and write it. Then next one, L is known. Next one, this side is there 4. So you have to add 4 to that. This is going to be 4.744. This is one length you have to add. This is another length you have to add. Then this 6, you have to add 6. What else? 1.5. Okay. Now is the tricky part. How do you find BC length? Any idea how to get BC length? How to get BC length? I need this length. This length. How to get that? Is my question. How? We found this angle now here. So using that angle itself, we can find this length from here to here. What is that? That's going to be what? Adjacent hypotenuse. This is cone. Adjacent hypotenuse is what? Cos. So cos theta equals adjacent, let's say this is OX over 4. Since we know the angle, what is the angle? Angle was 0.38439 something. What we got here is into 4 is equal to OX. Now, if you know this entire thing from here to here is 6. So 6 minus that answer what you got from here, 4 cos 0.38649 will give you the distance of BC, because BC and XD are equal in length. Reason is they are parallel, BC and OD. So what's the answer you get when you subtract this? You have to make sure you're in red when you type this again. So that's going to be 2.29. So I found the 29 BC length. So if you add all of those, what's the answer total? It's going to be the perimeter. What is it? When you add all of them, what do you get? 4.744 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 1.5 plus 2.29. That's going to be 23 point. What? 4.47. AB is fine. This is plus 4. That's also fine. Plus 6. Okay. Plus 6. 1.5 plus 2.29. Yes. So what's the final answer then going to be?
18.5, sir.
18.5. 4.744 plus 1.5. Yes, 18.5. 3 significance, Nehan? Yeah, exactly 18.5. You don't put 4. Alright, last one, area. Any doubts? Gamita? So this is the perimeter.
No.
This is the third part. So area now you have to look. So how do you find the area now? How can you find the area? Area is equal to what? If you know this angle, area is equal to half into 4 squared, half r squared, theta. Theta is what? The first part which we did, 1.186. Get this answer, write it. Then area of a trapezium. Since we found the BC length, this is 6, this is 1.5. What's the area of the trapezium? Don't say you don't know that. Half into a plus. During O levels also we used to do this, right? Area of a trapezium is half into a plus b into height. So what was the BC length we got? 2.29, right? So area of the trapezium equals what? Half into, two parallel sides are 6 and 2.29. 6 plus 2.29 into 4. Any doubts with that? So can someone say me the answers for this? This is 9.488. What's the area of trapezium?
16.58.
16.58.
58, sir.
16.58. Let's see. Yes. Then if you add the two, what do you get? 16.58 plus 9.488.
26.068.
Find the area of the garden, giving me answer in square meters. Square meters to three significant figures. So we found that BC was 2.29, half times r squared theta. Theta is 1.18 plus 6 plus 2.29 into, not 4, no, it's 1.5. I did a mistake. Why? How is it 4? Say me, how is it 4? Into 1.5. Hey, gap between the two parallel sides, ne? You know? Do you understand or no?
Yes, sir. This
So what's the value? So 6 plus 2.
6.22.
It's 6.21 something. What's the final value of 2? Sorry, 21.
6.2175, sir.
Then addition of these two, what is the answer?
15.7055.
15.70. So three significance are they asking? Meter square. Okay. Anyone has doubts with this? Does anyone has doubts? If you have doubts, ask. Any doubts, Vidusha? Vidusha is not there. Aman, do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Alright, so let's go on to the next question. Sixth one. Alright. So expand and simplify. Easy. How do you do? just write 2. If you want, you can write 2 brackets and then expand. R squared, this into this, minus 1, this into this, minus 1, this into this, plus 1 over r squared. So r squared minus 2 plus 1 over r squared. Is there any doubts you have with this? Grade 8 stuff, right? Okay, next is B part. Express this as. So how do you do that? So you have to express 1 over 3 plus 2 root 2 as a rationalized number. So you multiply it by 3 minus 2 root 2 divided by 3 minus 2 root 2. That's called rationalizing. So how do you multiply? 1 into this is same thing, 3 minus 2 root 2 over, okay, let me take this down because you can't see if I write it there, over, what do you get in the denominator? 3 into 3, 9. 3 into this, minus 6 root 2. 3 into this, plus 6 root 2. This into this, minus 4 root 4. So what do you get? These two cancels off. This becomes actually minus 4 into 2, which is 8. So 9 minus 8 is how much? So what's 9 minus 8? 1, right? So what's the answer? 3 minus 2 root 2 over 1, which is the same thing. 3 minus 2 root 2. Any doubts? Without using cal, okay? 2 marks. Alright. Next is simple, but you have to think and do. So can you see they have said this term is what you actually got here. Right? 3 minus 3 root 2. They have given this way written the same thing. So how do you find? How to find? Previously we wrote an equation. If you expand this, you get what? R squared minus 2 plus 1 over r squared. That is equal to 2 in this case. Do you understand or no? That's equal to 2 in the case. So then I can multiply everything by r squared, both sides. Then I get r to the power 4 minus 2r squared plus 1 equals 2r squared. So if I take it to one side, r4 minus 2r squared, and this also comes minus 4r squared plus 1 equals 0. Now what do? You need to solve it. Let r squared be y or something. So then you get y squared minus 4y plus 1 equals 0. So can someone say what are the answers for y? Kamita, what are the answers for y? Just solve the quadratic in the cat. Y equals 2 plus 2 root 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3. But this is not the answer. Why? It's r squared. I let it be y to solve it. So r squared is equal to 2 plus root 3 and r squared is equal to 2 minus root 3. Okay. Still, I took r as what? In this question, actually r is this entire whole term, right? So I'm going to write that inside. 3 plus 2 root 2 squared equals 2 plus 2 root 3, and here also 3 plus 2 root 2 squared 3 plus 2 root 3 plus 2 root 2 squared, square root squared is equal to 2 minus 2 root 3. So can you see these two cancels off? 3 plus 2 root 2 equals 2 plus root 3. Got it? So here also 3 plus 2 root 2 is equal to 2 minus 2 root 3. Okay. Do you understand? Can understand or no? Now how do you solve it? From there itself. There's nothing to solve. I actually solved it out and found. I showed that this is equal to this. Why? It's like Greek. What is the part which is not clear? What shall I do from the beginning?
Clear, sir.
Right. So what I did is, in here you have two terms, right? This was the same equation but we got it previously. So, and we found that you can write this term here as this. Okay. So now they are asking in the B part, use the results of A and B otherwise to show that this is equal to this. So how can you do that then? So root 3 plus 2 root 2 minus 1 over, instead of writing that I can write what? Because we wrote now this. I can write what? What can I do instead of that? I can rationalize and write it. So if I rationalize and write it, what's the term I'm gonna get? Okay, let's write this in the format they gave, like the first part. So what do you get? Root 3 plus 2 root 2, there's a large root, minus minus 1 over 1 over root 3 plus 2 root 2. I'm gonna square this whole thing. So if I square this whole thing, what do I get? You know, this into this is going to be r squared, right? When r squared happens, you get 3 plus what? 2 root 2. Same thing. Because when you multiply this same term with another of it, because it's squared, no? You get that. Then next term is what? Next, what do you get? Think about the previous expansion. R minus r, this expansion. It goes like that only. So this plus 1 over what? 3 plus 2 root 2, and you get minus 2. Same rule or so then you can, what can you do afterwards? What can you do? Linearize it. Linearize it means What to do afterwards? You have to show that it will be giving you 2. How to show? How to show? Just type it and check. Now you expanded it. Just type what's the answer of this. So after expanding, in this case, you have a root in the top. So this entire answer is root. So this also can be written as what? 3 plus 2 root 2 plus 1 over 3 plus 2 root 2 whole thing root can be equal to this 2 going to the other side. That's what now they have given. Show that. Here. It's gone to the other side. That's why minus 2 becomes plus 2. Got it or not? Any questions? Someone? All are silent. Any questions, Solution? Namita?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Seventh one, let's go on to that. So they have given a graph and they have asked region R which represents this inequality. So there is a line called y equals kx. The line x equals a, where a is a constant, passes through the intersect of y equals 2. Given that the area is 27/4, find a and k. How do you find that? Any idea how to do that? So let me. So if you take this question, this is the graph. I just wrote the graph right next to it. Okay. So if the graph is there, now you can think. No. So they say it's between what and what? Y is between 0 and 2. So if it's 0 and 2, I will already label. Then y is less than 10x minus 2x. So if it is 10x minus 2x, from this line, can you say what is this coordinate? What's that coordinate? When y is 0, 10 minus 2x, 2x equals 10, x equals 5, right? So this coordinate is 5. Do you understand that or not? If there's anyone who doesn't get it, ask. Okay, that's 5. Then there's another line y equals kx. Okay. They say passes through the intersect y equals 2. These two passes through the intersect. This is 2 and this is 2. So if it passes through the intersect y equals 2, for this equation we know two coordinates. What? This is going to be alpha comma 2, x and y. So 2 equals k times what? Alpha. So k is equal to 2 over alpha. Is that so? Yes. But we don't know where they meet. This place is unknown, right? How do you find those two? You can find this place. How? On the same x place only, it cuts. How do you find? So substitute y equals 2 to this. So if you get y equals 2, what do you get? This is 5. We already found it. So y equals 2. If y is 2, 2 equals 10 minus 2x. So minus 2 minus 10 divided by minus 2 equals x. So minus 8 over minus 2 is 4. X equals 4. So it should be 4. Understood or not? So y will be 2 at x equals 4. This coordinate x value is 4. Okay. Now area is given. Area is 27 over 4 x 27 over 4. So which area is given? R1. R1 is this. So R1's area is given. Height is known. Gap is known. This gap is 5. Height is known. And find A. How do you find area? Now this is a really good question. So you know this gap. This gap is what? That is going to be what? This entire gap is 5. තියෙනවා මෙතනට 5. මේ gap එක වෙන්නේ මොකක්ද? This is going to be 4 minus alpha 8. From here to here it's alpha, no? Understood? So this is going to be entire thing from here to here is 4. 4 minus alpha. Then let's use the area equation. Area is equal to what? 27 over 4 is equal to half times, it's a trapezium, what? 5 plus 4 minus alpha into, what's the height? Height is how much? 4, right? How much is the height? So height we found it as 4 because when y was 2, x was 4. So which means this is, sorry, height is 2, not 4. Why? 4 is the y code, x coordinate. It's 2. So this and this cancels off. So 9 minus alpha equals 27 over 4. So alpha equals 9 minus 27 over 4. What's the answer? What's the answer? Nine over. Anyone has questions with finding alpha? And if you don't understand, you can ask Aman and Sulochana. Do you understand? Gamita, is there a part which is not clear for you? How I found alpha? Next is finding k. So how do you find k? So to find k, first of all, where is k? K is this equation. So I found alpha is how much? 9 over 4. So this coordinate is going to be what then? 9 over 4 comma 2. Easy, no? How do you find y then? Y equals kx. This is going to be 2. 2 equals k times 9 over 4. So 2 into 4 divided by 9 is equal to k. So k equals what? K equals what? I'll just take this to the other side. K equals what then? 8 over 9. Understood? After finding alpha, it's just simple thing. Because why? This line, of course, cuts alpha and go. And when y is 2, alpha is the x value. Define the region R2, show your shading using your inequality. Alright, R2 hoyanne කොහොමද? How to find R2? R2 is this shape. එයාව red වලින් මම ගන්නවා. මෙන්න මෙයා තමයි R2 කියන්නේ. එයාව කොහොමද shade කරලා පෙන්නන්නේ? මේ. How do you show it? So can you see it's above this line? So y is 8 over 9 x. It's above this line means y is larger than or equals that line. Do you understand or not? It's above this line, so it's larger than this line. So y is larger than 8 over 9x. Next, it's smaller than this line. So what is that line? Y is smaller than or equals 10 minus 2x. Okay. Then next is x is larger than or equal down the back. Why? Can you see this is a dotted line? So you can't put equals there if it's dotted. So what is it? It's just larger than, what is alpha you got? 9 over 4. And is that so? And you can say it's larger than, and y, you can take y, this line is there, y is larger than 2. And you can put equal because it's a straight, without dotted lines, it's a straight line. So these inequalities need to be written in your answer. Do you understand or no? Any questions? Any questions? Sulochana, you have any question? Gamita, one you can say if you have
No,
any
sir. No,
question.
sir.
Okay, so we found all the 3. So just 6 marks. Okay. 8th question. Find the equation of the tangent of the curve. When they say this, you should know that if you need tangents, you have to differentiate this first, right? So how do you differentiate? dy over dx equals, you know how to differentiate, make a curve equation. 3 times this, 3 over 4 x 2, because from the power we subtract 1. So next, minus half into 8 plus 4. This half into 8 is 4, no? It's plus x to the power minus half minus 1 is minus 3 over 2. Okay, they have given x value 4. So 3 over 4, 4 to the power 2 plus 4 bracket 4 to the power minus 3 over 2. So what's the answer when you substitute 4? 25 over 2. Just substitute. So this is the gradient of the curve at x equals 4. So tangent is also same. If you have a curve, let's say for example, this is that p coordinate. Tangent means it goes like this, ne? So this gradient, even this line's gradient is same as the curve's gradient at this point. You understand? So I can just take y equals mx plus c. This straight line, this is a straight line tangent. So y equals 25 over 2x plus c. So what is y? Y is going to be 12. P's coordinate you have to take. 25 over 2. X is going to be 4 plus c. 1 and 2 is 50. 12 minus 50 is equal to c. So what is c? Minus 38. So what's the final answer? Y equals 25 over 2x minus 38. So that's the equation of the tangent. Do you understand or not? But that's not the way they have asked to give you a final answer. If you just keep it like that and end up, you lose 1 mark. So what you can do? Multiply everything by 2. So what do you get then? 2y equals 25x minus 38 into 2 is how much? 76. Then take all the things to one side. 25x minus 2y minus 76 equals 0. This is the final answer. Kamita, do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Sulochana. Mama, how about you? Okay, so that's the A part final, 5 marks. Okay, next is the curve with the equation y equals fx passes through p, 4 and 12. If dash x is equal to, then dy over dx is given. What do you do here? Someone give me a clue what to do in the B part. Kamita, what should I do in the B part to solve? Why silent? If dash x fx करना होना use क्या? If dash x by fx करना, what do you do? If dash x 1 over 4x cube minus 8x minus half. If dash x එක integrate කළාම නේ fx වෙන්නේ. Y වෙන්නේ dy over dx නේ f dash x නේ. So you have to integrate. Well, how do you integrate? 1 over 4 x to the power 3 plus 1 is 4 divided by 4 minus 8 x to the power minus half plus 1 is half divided by half plus c. So then what do you get? What's 1 over 4 divided by 4? 1 over 16 x to the power 4 minus 16 x to the power half plus c is y. Now give your fx in the simplest form. Can you see x and y is given? So you can find c. So 12 equals 1 over 16 4 to the power 4 minus 16 4 to the power half plus c. So just get this answer and take it to other side and subtract. So when you subtract, what will the c be? C will be 28. Still not over. Once you get the c value, you need to write fx is equal to x to the 1 over x to the power 4 1 over 16 minus 16 x to the power half plus 28. You understand or not? So whenever you have f dash x, remember you integrate it to get fx. Got it? Come on. Do you have understand or not? If you don't, say. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sulochana, why? It's too hard now. Is it clear for you? If you have any question, you can ask. So this is like a interactive session, so you can ask any question. Okay. Anyone has doubts? So shall I move on to the next then? Alright, 10th question. It's a graph. Write down the expression for fx. So what would be the expression? What's the value? Next one. What is this? You know that y equals cos x graph at cos, you know cos 0 is how much? Cos 0 is 1, right? So usually cos x graph goes through this coordinate. If I draw the cos x graph through 1, it cuts through 1, goes like this. So it cuts through 1, but in this case, what has happened? It has cut through 3 and minus 3. So what is the equation then? Y equals what? 3 cos x. Do you understand or no? How I got it? First thing is you need to know whether it's a sine graph or a cos graph. Usually sine graph go from here, right? Bindu make a cos graph you have to identify first. Then check what has happened to the y's. Usually it goes through 1 and minus 1. Make a minus 1, make a 1. Minus 1, 1. But in this case it's going through 3. So that means you know it's AFX, right? Cos x in the front, there's a number which is 3. Alright, that's done. B part. Between minus 2 pi to 2x, you had to draw f pi, x plus pi over 4. If it's x plus pi over 4, what happens? Each point goes to this goes to this side by 1 over 4 pi, right? So if I draw it here itself, let me change it, make it larger for you. Alright, if I draw it here itself, so this was at pi. So what will happen? This will go somewhere here, right? This was actually where? Usually this graph cuts at what place? Okay, first of all you need to know 3 cos x. Say me what are these points where it cuts? In radians or degree or whatever. What are those places? If it's hard for you, shall I do in degrees? then you will understand it much clearly. Then after that you convert into radians. So you have 90, 180, 270, 360, and minus 90, minus 180, like that it goes on. So the graph actually goes through 3. Reason is it's 3. So your usual graph grows, let me take it. Your usual graph goes like this, and this. So second place where it cuts is minus 270. Okay. When this happens, when plus 1 or pi over 4 comes, what's pi over 4 in degrees? What's pi over 4 in degrees? Anyone knows? Into 180 divided by pi. It's 45 degrees. So that means this entire graph shifts to 45 degrees to this side. So now it cuts from here. This cuts from here. This cuts from here. Do you understand now? So 2 pi plus 45. Not 2 pi, 270 plus 45. So now this actually goes to here. This actually goes to here. This comes to here. So your graph is actually going like this, going like this. It's not so nice. So you understand? So that's what happens. So you should know where they cut now. If I draw it here itself, usually it used to cut at 270, minus 270, right? Now this case it's going to cut at minus 270, minus 45, which is more into the left side, minus 315. So minus 315 in radians is what? It's going to be minus 704 pi. So minus 704 pi. It's going to cut that place now. This. So it's going to go like this. And between these two, you have the turning point somewhere here. So it's going to go like this. And between somewhere here, you have 90. This line is what is actually happening. The same thing you have to draw. The blue line, you have to draw it there with the degrees as radians. Understood? I did it in degrees so that it's easy for you to understand. So let me check whether there's a no. Any questions with that? So if I just draw the final stage of it, you don't need this to explain. This is what happens if I draw it. Okay, it's tough. This thing graph actually goes 45 to. That's the exact graph you have to draw. Understood? So it goes, there's no change in the heights or anything. It just goes 45 degrees for this side. Understood? Oh no. Then you have to mark the places. Make happen. What? Where does it cut? Minus 7 over 4 pi. Okay. Then what's this place? This is going to be at 2, right? 3 root 2. You can find it actually. Because if y equals 3 cos x plus pi over 4, when cos is 0, x is 0, what is it? Cos pi over 4. So 3 cos pi over 4 is how much? It's going to be 3 root 2. So this place is going to be actually, this place where it cuts is 3 root 2 over 2. You have to mark them. So this blue line is actually fx plus pi over 4. Understood? Any questions? This is translations of graph. If you had without plus, if you had minus, it goes to the right side. So all this will move here then by that steps. Okay, this is translation. All right, be part of that. Figure 4 shows part of a graph of a trigonometric function. Write down the expression for gx. So can you see in the gx, it cuts through 0. So it should be a sine graph or a cos graph. It should be a sine graph, but you know that in the sine graph, 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. In the sine graph, it goes actually like this, right? But in this case, what has happened? It has squeezed. That means this had come to here. So it has squeezed like this. So what? By how many? By 2 times or 3 times. How do you find that? This is a good question. So gx should be equals to sine x. Sine x. But can you see? This is half of it, like it's 5 over 2, no, 90, no? So it has been squeezed by how many? 2. So this is the final equation of gx. Got it? Usually it goes through like this, but in this case it has become through this. So it's 2, half of it, half of 90 or 2. So they have divided the each x value by 2. That's why it's been towards what you call compressed in. Alright, next sketch again. Gx minus 2. Gx minus 2, but it's outside. So you draw the gx as it is. Let me draw. And select it. Take it to one side. Pick it up. Alright. Now, this actually, what happens to this? It's minus 2. Does it go up 2 or down 2? It goes 2 steps down. This place where it cuts is now going to be minus 2. Do you understand or not? So same graph you have to draw, but 2 steps down. Any questions, Gamita? I did that also. They have asked to show where it cuts the y-axis. So at minus 2. Yeah. Graph. The red graph I drew is the answer. Understood? This is minus 2. Any questions? Sulochana? Sulochana, any questions you have? So shall I move on to next then? Alright, next question is about straight lines. So they have given, hope you all can see the screen up. Shall I make it larger? Hope now it's clear, right? Yeah. Okay. So line L1 is shown has a gradient of 1 over 2. C has a negative intersection x at point P. So this is the graph. L1 has a, okay, so C is the quadratic equation. So if you equal the quadratic equation to 0, you get x equals minus 2 and x equals b. So what are the coordinates? How do you find? And they say the line L1 shows in the figure B. It has a gradient half. C intersects C on the negative x-axis at the P. On the negative x-axis at the point P. Negative x-axis C at the negative x-axis at the point P. Write down the equation of L1. So to get L1, you need to first what? Y equals mx plus c. It's a straight line. So y equals 1 over 2x plus what? Plus what? So if I equal this graph to 0, I will get x equals minus 2 here, this is b. Why is that? I equal these two brackets to 0. That's the reason I am getting. So y is 0 no? 1 over 4 is 0 and x plus 2 is 0. X minus b is 0. So x minus b is equal to b. Positive no? X plus 2 is going to be minus 2. So that's why I equate this to minus 2. Now, if you know that, how do you do the next? How to do? So we know that one of the values is minus 2 comma 0, right, where that line cuts L1. So use that here. 0 equals 1 over 2 into minus 2 plus c. So it's minus 1. C equals 1. So y equals 1 over 2x plus 1. So that's the equation of the first part. Understood? Understood or not? Kamita, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's the equation of L1 line. So I'll write it again. Y equals 1 over 2x plus 1. Then next is they are asking find b. So you can equal this to this equation what you found. So if you equate them, what are you gonna get? Minus 1 over 4 bracket x plus 2 and x minus b is equal to 1 over 2x plus 1, right? Then how do you do? How to do that? You can divide, if you want, you can take half out, x plus 2, because when you multiply it becomes 2, no? So this side is also 1 over 2 x plus 2 x minus b. So can you see here, if you divide by x plus 2 both sides, x plus 2 gets cancelled off. So minus 1 over 4 x minus b equals 1 over 2. So 4 goes to other side, x minus b equals 1 over 2 into 4 divided by minus 1. So it's going to be minus 2. So x is equal to what? Not x. Yeah, x is equal to minus 2 plus b. Now you need to know what is the x is equal to minus 2 plus b. No? So y is equal to what then? Y equals what? You know the equation, y equals half x plus 1. So y equals one over 2 b. But they are asking find the in terms of b the coordinate of p. So you just found it, minus 2 plus b x coordinate, 1 over 2 b y coordinate. I just substituted this x value I got to the main equation whatever here. Understood? So instead of x, so one of the equations, this equation also if you substitute you get the same. So now I got what is p actually. So p was what in terms of b? One coordinate is minus 2 plus bx. Y is going to be 1 over 2 b. So that's the p coordinate here. Once you know the p coordinate, how do you do the next one? Find in terms of b an equation to L2. So L2 is perpendicular to the L1 and intersects at x-axis. So if it is perpendicular, you know that L1 is half 1 over 2, right? So L2 will be what? Can you remember if it's perpendicular, m1 into m2 equals minus 1. So then m2 equals minus 1 divided by what is the gradient of this? 1 over 2. So it's going to be minus 2. So then, since you know the coordinate, it goes through 0. They say L2. L2 is perpendicular to L1, intersects C on a positive x-axis. Intersects C at a positive x-axis, which is B. B, we found that B is equal to what? X minus B equals minus 2. B is equal to X plus 2. So B equals X plus 2. Now how do you do? So you can write the equation. Y equals Y minus Y1 minus Y equals M bracket X1 minus X. So what's going to be the equation then? Y minus 0, because here the coordinate is 0, X minus B comma 0, right? So equals minus 2 bracket X minus B. So that's the equation of what? B in terms of B. Given also L2 intersects C at point P. Show that the another equation for L2 is this. How do you do? It also intersects at P. That means we found this coordinate, right? It was, so let's write this equation in one of the sides. Y minus 0 equals minus 2 bracket X minus B. Okay, that's the previous answer which you got. Now thinking about the D part, I'm going to solve it out. They are saying we found the gradient now. So y equals what? It intersects with this equation as well as the horizontal equation which we found now, which is equal to 2. So y equals minus 2x plus 2b is also equal to what? Y equals minus 2x plus, so okay, shall I take another page and do this? We have one more part there, because this is going to be complicated if I do here. So y equals minus 2x plus 2b, that is the equation we just formed. That time y equals the straight line which we found, and the curve is also cut in that place. So you can take two equations. So y equals minus 2x plus 5 over 2b minus 4. So I'm going to equal these two. So if I equal these two, minus 2x plus 2b is equal to minus 2x plus 5 over 2b minus 4. Then what can you do? You can multiply everything by 4. 2 minus 4x plus 4b equals minus 4x plus 5b minus 4 times 2 is what? 8. Then I can say that what can I do then? X value is known. No? What is the x value? X value is known as minus 2 plus b. So I'll take this to this side, they cancel off actually. So then 8 equals 5b minus 4b. So b is equal to 8. That's it. What I did is I actually equated the two equations L1 and what we found before, L2, with minus 1 over 2 gradient. So we equated it and solved it. මේ equations දෙක දෙන්නට equal කරා. අයි මොකද එක තැනක් කැපෙනවනේ. solve කරාට පස්සේ b ව කෙලින්ම x කැපිලා ගියා. Got it? Or not? They are asking b in the D part. Right, tough. Always the last few is tough. Okay, the next question. So that's it with the paper, right? Okay, this is a copy of the same exact thing, I think so. Or is it a... there's another part of it, right? I found the b coordinate. Sorry. L2 intersect at positive x-axis. Find that L2. Okay. Let me check. Is there another part in that? Yeah, D, right? We did until D. So this is what? Is there another question in this? Sulochana, is there a question? You are having the paper with you? Aman, you have the paper with you?
No, sir.
Okay. What's this question from? Same copy of this, I guess. Ah, yes. I had a copy of same question here, right? Okay. So it's the same thing what I did here. So that's the final part. We just showed that y is equal to minus 2x L2 and find b. We found b also in the previous here. We just did that and found b also. Got it? Any questions? Is it hard? If you all want me to explain once again, say. Gamita, do you want? Aman and Sulochana. Do you all want me to explain again?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So then next time we are gonna do 2023 January paper. So do and keep C1. Okay.